Hello everyone and welcome to my channel here at Kirby's Covers. Thanks for taking a few minutes. I want to read you a list of songs that I've been working on here in the last month or so. I haven't put an update up in a bit, so I thought I'd maybe bring you up to speed and talk about another issue that I think is important to people, especially who are musicians and who are content creators. But before I get into that, let me just quickly mention I've got a special going on over on my website this weekend. Happy Easter, by the way, to everybody. I put this on, a couple of times a year where I discount my lessons. So I've got a package over there of 50 lessons for $25, which is like 50 cents a lesson. And you don't actually have to take 50 lessons this weekend. You can buy a package and cash in those 50 credits anytime between now and the end of June of this year. So I got 90 days. I'll be taping new songs between now and then. So you can bank the credits. You can send me an email and say, can I get these five lessons or whatever, and I'll send you the downlinks and just deduct off what your remaining balance. So there's two options. One is to check out, take your 50 and check out. The other one is to buy a package and spend the credits whenever you feel like doing so. All right, now this is a group of songs that I've done over the past 5 or 6 weeks. I probably have more songs I didn't add onto this list, but let me read through this quickly just to give you an update. First one, well, not the first one, but one of them is the Fireman by Strait. Of course, an old country tune there. Lost Highway, that's another old classic from Hank Williams. Bye Bye Love, that was an Everly Brothers tune. A couple of tunes from Elvis from his movie days in the 60s, Shopping Around and Blue Hawaii. And then we have one from Willie Nelson called Bubbles in My Beer. The next one was Begging on a Beach of Gold. That was a Mike and Mechanics. And then this one was a Japanese artist, strangely enough. Now this song was done in English. It's a rock song. It was done in English by, I can't remember the gentleman's name. His last name I think was Beato. But the song is called Sadness in the Snow. Nice track. If you want to go check that out, you'll find it. Just type that title in. Unwed Fathers, that's a John Prine tune. And then we had the death of Michael Stanley from the Michael Stanley Band. Michael lived up in the Ohio area, and I had a customer up there who wanted to get a couple of songs because he was doing a benefit show or something, or was participating in a benefit. So let's get the show on the road, and He Can't Love You were two Michael Stanley songs that I did. Kim Carnes' old tune called Betty Davis Eyes. I have a lesson on that one. Keith Whitley did one called Bitch at the Bottom, which was just played on a standard acoustic, no background, anything. Just him and the guitar. He didn't put any picking break in his version, so I spiced it up and threw a little picking break in mine. Clovis, New Mexico, that's from Hank Williams Jr. That Girl's a Cowboy, that's a Garth Brooks tune. Lonesome Friends of Science, that's another John Prine number there. Pushin' Time from Miranda Lambert. Hallelujah, I Love Her So, that was a cover that Eddie Cochran did. I think it was an old tune from Ray Charles, I believe from the 60s, if I got that correct. Ladies' Night, this is a British artist. People in the UK will know who I'm talking about here. Judy Zuke, Tzuke. One Less Bell to Answer. That's an old Fifth Dimensions tune. A little bit of a jazz vibe there. I Want You, I Need You, I Love You. An old Elvis tune from the 50s. And what have I got there? I can't even read my own writing. Indian Wars. That's a Bruce Cockburn tune. The Promised Land. That's a Bruce Springsteen number. Call Me the Breeze. Now that song I did twice. I did the original version from J.J. Cale, and then I had a request to do a slightly different version from Leonard Skinner. So we got a lesson now for that one. Another female artist, So Far Away by Carole King. That's of course a piano tune, but it works pretty nicely on an acoustic. Another female artist. This one is a gospel artist by the name of Joy Gardner. Now I took her version, and I was asked to look at a ragtime piano version, so it's in a different key and it's faster. So I took her phrasing and put it to this ragtime vibe. Called Joy Comes in the Morning is the name of that one. Can't Tell Me Nothing from Tim McGraw. A nice tune there. Welcome to My World, an old classic country tune from Jim Reeves. I just did that one, and also this last one here, I'll just mention it, Purple Rain. Now that's a Prince tune, but Dwight Yoakam turned it into a bluegrass song, strangely enough. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It came out quite well, actually. I did it a little different because they stopped in the third verse. I just kept it going. But that's pretty much a list. I probably have some more songs that I didn't add on here since my last update. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to. So I have lessons for all these. Now I want to talk about something else slightly different here. This has got to do with copyright strikes on YouTube. Now there's a gentleman on YouTube. His name is Rick Beato. And Rick's got a big channel. He's got like 2 million subscribers over there. And this happened to him about, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago now, where he got a copyright strike. Now Rick doesn't do what I do. I mean, Rick's a professional. He's a big fish. He's well known in the music business. He's produced and recorded. He's interviewed big names. The gentleman from Toto, the lead singer there, and like Rick is well connected. I'm a nobody. I'm a small fish, right? Like most content creators on YouTube. I'm not a professional. I do what I do, but Rick does similar, but he doesn't cover songs. He examines and takes apart songs by playing the actual track. He'll loop a song and say, let me play it back, and he'll point out the bass or something, and he gives you a little bit of an in-depth analysis of how the song was composed and put together. Well, anyway, Rick was doing this about a month and a half ago, on a Cars tune, and he got a copyright strike. And then while he was trying to deal with that, within like 24, 48 hours, he got another one. Now, keep in mind, if you get 3 copyright strikes within 90 days, YouTube shut your channel down. They take you off, and that's it. You're gone. So while Rick was addressing this one issue, he went on Twitter, I think he said, and made a complaint to the publishers of that Cars song. Because you can't really point the finger at YouTube, because YouTube is following, the agreement that they've set up with all these music companies, right? These producers and everything. And so somebody from the Cars or the publisher or the writers put a complaint in against Rick and gave him a copyright strike. So he went on Twitter, went through that medium, that social media network, and complained to, I believe it was the publishers of that song. And they must have contacted YouTube, and they pulled his copyright strike. So while he was dealing with that, he got another one. Now, you got a big channel, 2.5 million people subscribed. You're suddenly in a pickle, because any second another third strike could come in, and that's it, you're gone. So Rick dealt with both of those issues, and they pulled both of his copyright strikes. Now, what happened to me this time last year, well, if I went back another year, if I go back 2 years, around in the springtime of whatever it was, 2019, my website got infected by a hacker. And if anybody who was a customer of mine was trying to get a hold of me at that time, you'd get that big notice, big red banner on your browser. This site is infected. Go back to safety, one of those deals. So I had 400 pages or something, and it got completely wiped out. And I couldn't get my content. I couldn't get anything back. It was all basically, anyway, long story, but I was basically dead in the water with no business overnight. Nothing to do with YouTube, had to do with an infection. So this time last year, I had kind of put my site back together as best I could on a different platform, a much more secure platform. And as I was just kind of putting all my products back in line and getting everything linked up, out of the blue from YouTube now at this time last year, I had about 25 million views on my channel. I had around 50,000 subscribers. This is 12 years worth of work. I had I'd say probably 3,500 demos, like 3,500 covers, because I just checked the other day. I actually covered about over 4,600 songs to this point in time. But about this time last year, I probably had about 3,500 songs on my YouTube channel. And out of the blue, 2 copyright strikes within 7 days. So I'm sitting there thinking, holy smokes, like what was this all about? Because both of these songs had been up on my channel for months. No problem. Now here's what happens when you upload a song to YouTube. If there's any copyright material in there, they notify you right away there's copyrighted material. However, you don't have to do anything. If you're monetizing this video, we're going to share the revenue from the ads that you have to watch and we have to watch. We're going to share that revenue with everybody involved in this song. So that's the writers, the artist, the publishers. And in my opinion, there's no problem with that because it's their song. But like Rick was saying, and Rick actually went to Congress, believe it or not. He went to bat for us little guys and made a complaint to Congress. And that's no easy feat, getting in front of Congress. I mean, how do you do that? He managed to get in front of Congress and he complained about these copyright issues. And so hats off to Rick Beato for doing that because, I wouldn't certainly be able to do it. Most of us little guys in the big pond here, we wouldn't be able to even get the time of day to do something like that. I don't know if it'll have any effect, but for Rick, it worked. For he got his copyright strikes pulled within a couple of days. For me, I had nowhere to go. I could complain to YouTube, but that's probably not going to do anything because I know there's copyrighted material. Like Rick said on his video, this is what we do. We're playing a song or we're taking apart a song. We have to play the track to explain or let people see how we play it. I mean, that's just the nature of it, right? So anyway, so I had two strikes within 7 days, and I'm sitting there thinking, what do I do? Because one more strike and my whole site is down. Everything's gone, right? All my 12 years of work down the tubes. And every one of these videos is linked over on my website because that's how you see it on my website is through a YouTube connection. So what I had to do, I had to go in and remove every song that had a copyright notification attached to it. Because if I didn't, I had to wait, I had this 2 strikes in 1 week. Now I got to wait 3 months. So, that's what, 11 weeks. I got to wait 11 weeks and hope that I don't get a third one. So I'm explaining this to you because I had to remove all those videos. And my viewing on my channel went from 25 million views down to like 250,000. I went from 3,500 videos down to about 100 or 150 or whatever it was. And when I did that, guess what happened on my website? I had holes all over the place. I still do. There's no way I can put those videos back up. There's no way I can patch that up. The only way I can do it is putting up partial demos, which is about 30 seconds, and I'm not putting them on YouTube. There's no point in putting a 30-second demo on YouTube. I have it on another platform, but at least it's something that you can look at to see kind of how I'm doing the song or whatever before you purchase the lesson. I had 2 people complain to me, but they don't really understand, I don't think, this situation because it wasn't my fault. I had to make a decision or lose my whole entire business, lose my whole entire channel. So that's why if you come over to my website and you see partial demos, that's the reason why. Or if you see demo unavailable, that's still a hole left from this time last year. Right? I haven't recovered from this at all. I mean, I'm getting the wheels rolling, but I'm trying to build my website now. I got Humpty back together, but I'm trying to build a content website and at the same time deal with this issue of copyright. And so from here going forward, I'm putting up videos, but this is why I read this list off because most of what I'm doing, I can't put up here. In fact, some of the videos I have put up still have copyright tags on them. These are old videos and I'm a little bit leery to leave them on there. I may go through and start removing some videos just to cover my, because you could go to bed on a Friday and wake up on a Saturday morning and have no YouTube channel left because you don't know who's going to issue a strike. And I don't blame the artist. I don't even know who it is, but the way Rick was talking, it sounded like it was more like the publishers that were being, a little aggressive on this and not so much the artist or the writers, but who the hell knows? But for me, I have to be very cautious. Now, some people will say, well, other channels are putting these videos up. Yeah, they probably are, but they probably don't have a business attached to what they're doing, right? They got nothing to lose if the video goes down or the channel goes down. I mean, they lose their subscribers and all the viewing and everything, but if it's not a business, if it's not attached to a business, it doesn't really matter. So I can't base my decisions on what other people are doing. And I'm sure you understand that. So anyway, I just want to say that. That's the reason if you come over to my site and either take part in this special that I have this weekend or anytime, you'll see partial demos, and that's the reason why. It's better than nothing, I think. It gives you, 30 seconds to see kind of what I'm doing, but I won't be putting up full lesson videos here on this channel because I just can't take the chance. I can't replace everything that I lost, and I'll maybe be putting up one or a couple of videos maybe a week, or try to put one up every day. What I'm going to do is go back and take, out of about 15 lessons. I tried this last night. I loaded 10 lessons just to see, and one of them had no copyright strikes, like no copyright infringement. So 9 of those video lessons that I have there, I got to take down. I haven't turned them on, so you don't see them. But that's one way of testing. You can take a batch of videos and upload them and see which ones have copyright claims and which one doesn't. And that's the one that you'll see on my channel. The other 9 or 10 will be deleted. And that's kind of what I have to do moving forward. And unless they change these laws, But anyway, thanks. A big shout out to Rick Beato. Rick doesn't need my consent. I don't know Rick. He doesn't know me, but he went to bat for the little guys in this struggle, and so he deserves some credit. And if you're watching me here, take a look at Rick's channel. It's a great channel, very professional, very smart guy, and he's a well-versed musician. He plays all kinds of instruments really well, and it's an entertaining channel as well. All right, so that's all I have, folks. Thanks for your time. We'll see you in a couple of weeks in the next update.